Good morning, children. So, today I'm going to take a new chapter in physics. So, this is the continuation. If it's better if we finish electrical circuit, AC generator, DC motor. So, this complete section will be related with electricity and magnetism. So, after completing this section, we can move to chemistry. Okay. So, this is about electro. This chapter is about electricity and magnetism. Okay, this chapter is about electricity and magnetism, and here chapter is about electromagnetic forces. So we know in our previous classes we have studied about electromagnets. They are temporary magnets which generate magnetism when electricity is passed through. We know that when magnetic fields are moving around, we can see electric fields around it. If there is an electric field around it, there will be a magnetic field. Both are interrelated, and we have studied about electromagnet and how to increase the strength of electromagnet also. So our first section is about the magnetic effect of a current. We know that when a current is passing through a conductor means there will be a magnetic field around it. Okay, so in chapter 16 we saw that electromagnet can be made passing a current through a coil of wire, a solenoid. Flow of current result in magnetic field around the solenoid, which is field is uh, similar to the field around a magnet. We know that magnetic field lines will be moving from north pole to south pole, and the magnetic field lines is more concentrated near the pole. As the distance increases, field length also decreases. Okay, so if you uncoil a solenoid, it will be a straight wire with a current flowing through it. It will be having a magnetic field around it as shown in the figure. That is there will be a figure here. I will show you that. Okay, every current is surrounded by magnetic field that it creates. We have studied about dynamo and how Michael Faraday related the relationship between electricity and magnetism. We have studied that. An electromagnet is simply a clever way of making use of this. Because of winding the wire into a coil, there is more concentration of this particular magnetic field. So we have studied that is right hand grip rule or right hand thumb rule will show the direction of magnetic field and show the direction of the current. So please take a right hand and hold your index fingers. Okay, and this index fingers, when you hold it, the index finger shows the direction of the current, and our index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field lines, and our thumb shows the direction of the current, and our thumb shows direction of the current. Okay, we have already studied in our lower classes. I'm repeating it again. So here we can see that figure. So please hold your right hand like this. Our index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field lines, and our thumb shows the direction of the current. Okay, our index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field lines, and our thumb shows the direction of the current. So here we can see it is a current flowing through a current carrying conductor. Here magnetic fields are more concentrated near the conductor. As the distance increases, we can see that the concentration is decreasing. Okay, so this rule is known as right hand thumb rule, or it is also known as right hand grip rule or screw rule. Okay, okay, so here they are it's better if you use a right hand thumb. It will be easy. Here they are telling, imagine screwing a corkscrew in the direction of the current. The direction you turn, it is in the direction of the magnetic field. It's better if you use a right hand and please hold your fingers. The index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field, and thumb shows the direction of the current. So in our in 8th standard, we have 8th or 7th standard, we have studied about electric bell. That is how we are using a electromagnet and how we are functioning it. Okay, so first is about an electric bell. Okay, so this is a structure of an electric bell. So what happens is, we can see a bar magnet here which is surrounded by the a coil. Okay, here it is not a bar magnet, here it is an electromagnet. So here what is doing, it is coiled by it is wounded by a coil, and here we can see a spring metal strip, a soft iron armature, and a hammer also. So what happens is, when current is flowing through the circuit, automatically this section will be magnetized, and it attracts the soft armature coil. When it attracts the soft armature coil, what happens is hammer will strike this gong. Okay, so when the hammer is striking the gong means this connection will be separated, and this particular connection will be lost. That's the current to this particular section will be lost, and it is demagnetized. So when it is demagnetized means hammer will be back to this original position. So this cycle continues. This is how what electric bell is working. So I will show you how they have described in your textbook. Okay. An electric bell is surprisingly clever device. It works using direct current from a battery, but it makes a hammer move repeatedly back and forth to strike the gong and produce a sound. Because why it is back and forth means when it is attracted, when the armature is attracted to the hammer means the current is off position. So it will be demagnetized again. The what armature coil will be back to its original position. So there will be a back and forth or back and forth to strike the gong. Okay, so when someone presses on the bell, push the circuit is completed. The current flows from the battery round through the electromagnet coil, and the spring is stripped back to the battery via the coin point A. The coil is now magnetized and attracts the springy strip. Now the two things now happen. The hammer strikes the gong and circuit breaks at the point A. We have already discussed that. The current stops, coil is no longer magnetized. The strip spring backs to its original position. Now the circuit is complete again, and current flows once more. Now again the coil is magnetized and attract the iron again, and the hammer strikes the gong, and so on. This process repeats itself as for as long as bell pushes is depressed. Okay, so this is how an electric bell is working. Here we can see that when the current is flowing through the circuit, it will be magnetized, and this particular metal strip will be attracted, and what happens, the hammer will hit the gong. When hammer is hitting this gong, this what the current the circuit is break now, and it will be demagnetized at this current position. So after that, what happens is it will be back to this position, that this springy metal strip will be back to its original position. After that, the circuit is completed again and will be magnetized, and this process continues. This is how an electric bell will work. So next is about relay switches. We have discussed relay switches in the previous section. A relay switch is a switch which have an electromagnet and a switch which controls which help us to control a high high voltage current. Okay, so here relay switch is switched by an operated by an electromagnet. So what happens is, in this diagram it is known that when electric current is flowing through this particular circuit, this particular soft iron core or this section will be magnetized, and the circuit will be complete, and it attaches this B position to the springy metal, which attach this B position to the strip, and which allows this high current through pass through. We know, we have already studied that by operating a lower current, we can operate a high current through the relay switch. Okay, this is the working of a relay switch. Okay, so this is a simple for the relay switch. We have already discussed in the our previous section. Okay, so here when a switch A is closed, some small current flow around the circuit through the coil of electromagnet. The electromagnet attracts the armature coil. As the armature tips, it pushes two contacts of B together, completing the circuit. So we have already discussed that. So next what happens is, the high current will be flowing through the circuit, and a relay is used to make a smaller current to switch a larger current on and off. Okay, so this is the function of a relay. So it's easy for you. This is the functions of electromagnet. So please try to answer this question. Next, I am going to discuss two different magnetic field. So I have already told you, when we draw a magnetic field in a bar magnet, the magnetic field lines are drawn from north pole to south pole, and near the poles the magnetic fields are more concentrated. As the distance increases from the poles, we can see that the magnetic field strength decreases. So here we can see two sections, the current in a wire and current in in a solenoid. Current in a wire means the field lines will be at circles around the wire as shown in the above figure. So further from the wire, further they are apart, showing that the field is weaker. If the current is greater, the field will be stronger, and so the lines will be closer together. Okay, closer together. Reversing the current means what happens? It will reverse the direction also. In the case of solenoid, the field lines are close together. Solenoid means we are wounding the coil, and there will be more magnetic field lines will be concentrated than a wire. So what happens, the field lines are close together at the poles of the electromagnet. Further from the coil, lines are apart like a bar magnet. Okay, inside the field lines run parallel to each other, showing that the field is uniform. Again, increasing the current gives a stronger field. Reversing the current reverses the field. Okay, so to increase the strength of an electromagnet, what we can do is we can increase the current, we can increase the number of turns in a coil. Okay, we can we can insert a soft iron core. So by increasing the current, by increasing the number of turn, and by inserting a soft iron core. So when so here we can say, I will show you the figure which shows how the magnetic field lines are passing through a solenoid. Okay, so moving through a solenoid here, inside the coil, field lines run parallel to each other, showing that the field is uniform. Its strength is constant. Okay, so I will shows the current flowing through the wire. We can see that this indicates when we use our right hand thumb rule. When we are using right hand thumb rule, our thumb indicates the direction of the current, and our index fingers indicates the direction of the magnetic field lines. Okay, this is how it will pass through. Magnetic fields are arranged in a current carrying conductor through a straight wire. Okay, next we are going to discuss about how it will be in a solenoid. Like that, we have already discussed, as a solenoid, it will be like a bar magnet that is moving from one point to another point, and inside the solenoid, the magnetic field lines will be parallel. Inside the solenoid, magnetic field lines will be parallel, and this shows the direction of the current. Okay, this shows the direction of the current. It will be easy if you just keep your right hand like this. Okay, so this shows the direction of the current, and this index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field lines. Okay, so it will be easy. This is the right hand grip rule or right hand thumb rule. So you can draw this figure to your record, so it will be easy for you. Okay, I will show you this figure again. So this is the current magnetic field line through a solenoid, and this shows the direction, how to find the direction. Okay, it is similar to bar magnet, but in bar magnet we cannot see the magnetic field inside the bar magnet. Here we can see the magnetic field lines which are parallel to each other. Okay children, that's all for today. If you have any doubt, please message me. Thank you children. Please write those questions. Thank you.